আসসালামু আলাইকুম। এখন চলে আসলাম আমরা ভিডিওর নেক্সট স্টেজে। We are here at the next stage of the video. So uh, I think I better make this video in English because um, people from other countries might also want to learn how to apply to Canada. So now, first of all, you have understood how to apply for how to do the CRS score calculation, and now you know your desired IELTS score. Now, let us look, say you haven't got enough express entry points. So now you're thinking about PNP streams. So let us search about the PNP streams for Canada. So Canada PNPs, okay, PNPs for provincial nomination programs, okay. See, first one is Saskatchewan's international skilled worker. Most of the Bangladeshi people come in Saskatchewan. The second one is Alberta. Okay, Alberta express entry system. Alberta, see, Alberta doesn't have for Saskatchewan, you have to go individually in Saskatchewan's SINP. However, in Alberta, you do not need to apply the Alberta immigration nomination program. Let's see. Foreign graduate entrepreneur stream. Okay, for Alberta, you have only express entry, so you have to apply in express entry, and from there they will pick if you they will pick you separately. Ontario. This is not quite that I was asking. We go to Canada via. Okay. PNP. Okay. Provincial nomination program. Who can apply? How the provincial nomination program asks. See. Okay, choose the province or territory to be nominated by a province or territory. See, if you haven't got the desired point in express entry, then you can apply in individual provinces. So these are the provinces: Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick. So let us go one by one. Alberta. Okay, for Alberta, Alberta Advantage Immigration Program. Alberta Immigration Nomination Program. So there is no separate application area. So you have to do your provincial application. You have to do your individual application, and so you have to do your individual application in express entry profile, and they will pick you. Okay, British Columbia, I think, is the same. About the British Columbia nomination program. Economic immigration program administered by government of British Columbia Immigration. How to apply to British Columbia PNP? Let's see. See, to qualify for this category, you must have accepted full-time intermediate job offer. The job must be skilled occupation. Be qualified NOC. So British Columbia has a separate PNP website. You have to, okay, so British Columbia has a separate PNP program, but in order to qualify for this, you have to have a job offer. So this is the basic way. So I'm showing the basic way. These are the provinces. So what you will do, let us go back. So what did we search? We searched for how the provincial nomination program works. So you will go to this page, identify. I will copy this page. I will put in a Word file somewhere. So you go one by one. I am sure about Manitoba. You have to apply individually in Manitoba. So check each and everything. Manitoba is not found. Why? I have seen Manitoba has a separate immigration program. Okay. How to apply to Manitoba PNP? Log into Manitoba PNP, exactly. This is a separate submit expression of interest. So for Manitoba, you have to submit a separate expression of interest, and the whole process is provided here. So you can go here and check what do you submit. So all the informations are here. Okay. How the pool works, you have to spend some time in application. I do not recall all the process in all the provinces, as I have applied in so far I remember I have applied in SINP, Manitoba, and one more stream, probably an express entry. So I don't remember everything. So New Brunswick, so you have to check all the areas. So far I remember I have applied in Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan has a separate PNP program. You have to give, yeah, this is it. This is the, I know about this one, international skilled worker. You have to go there, how to, yeah, there is a clear indication of identification, how to apply for SINP. There is a process. I have a separate video regarding how to apply in SINP. You have to put your expression of interest in SINP stream, then you will go inside their separate provincial nomination program. So when you get a certain amount, I mean, they have individual scoring. After a certain amount of score, if you're above the cutoff score, they will give you a nomination. And after you get the provincial nomination, 600 points will be added with your CRS score. So previously, in my previous video, I have shown that how your CRS score was 456. So if you get 600 points, then it will be added, and 456 plus 600, that is 1056, and definitely you will get the invitation on the next draw. That's why if your express entry score is less and it is below the cutoff score, then you can apply for provincial nominations. Any of these provinces, I mean, not all these provinces, any of these provinces might have, but so far I remember Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and probably any one or two of these have separate expression of interest profiles. So you have to create profiles in there, and and then you put all your information, and after a certain amount of time there will be a draw, and if you are above the cutoff score, they will send a nomination. When you get a nomination letter, alhamdulillah, 600 points will be added to your score, and after adding the 600 points, your score will be like 1000 or something like that. So then you will get, then your profile will be added with express entry stream. And I mean, when you have added 600 points to your score, then finally you will be able, you will get a nomination at the next draw in the express entry pool, but that is express entry subcategory. So express entry, you have say 456 points and you have 600 points in provincial nomination. So on the next express entry draw, you will get a nomination as a PNP, and through PNP you can apply. So you have to check all these. Apply to express entry skilled worker online. See, this one is Newfoundland and Labrador. It doesn't have a separate expression of interest string. Okay, so Alberta has a separate application stream. See, AAIP, it has a separate application stream. So you will put your information here. You can go and check. I will not show each and everything individually. British Columbia, does it have? We have checked it previously. British Columbia Probably British Columbia doesn't have a separate. So better you go through all the streams. Okay, Nova Scotia. So there is a clear guide for the candidates. So just spend some time, read one by one. Okay, so these are the PNP streams through which you can apply. Okay, now one more thing I want to show you is which stream to select. Say you do not have enough points. If you're a person from Bangladesh or Pakistan or India, most people come to Saskatchewan, even though they do not have any relatives. However, if you have any relative in any of these provinces, then your score will increase. So let me show you another point. Okay. Relative points express entry. Let's check blood relative additional points. Okay, 6 selection factors. Okay, let me talk about this point, LMIA. This is if you have a valid job offer from Canada, it is very tough. And some of the consultants work on LMIA. What happens, Canadian provinces, different places, different companies in Canada, they share their employment requirements. I mean, they share their requirements that they need this amount of employees in these categories to the federal government. This is the labor market analysis, and they say that I need this category, this number of employees. Based on this category, federal government approves them. And okay, you can give based on this data, federal government invites to a specific NOC. That is the job description, job code. They invite people. So if you have a job offer, getting a job offer from Bangladesh to Canada is extremely rare, and some consultants work on that. However, if you are an engineer or if you are a doctor or a technical person, a highly technical person in your own country, it might not work in the same way. It might not work in the same way in Canada, because they will not give you job offers based on your engineering experience in your home country. So getting job offers is very, very tough. And sometimes what happens, people pay tons and tons of money to consultants. However, they do not get any job offers. So be careful about these things. I'm here to save you on this point. Okay, see, relatives in Canada, you or your spouse have a relative who is living in Canada, 18 years or older, a Canadian citizen. The relative must be, say, for express entry, the relative must be either a parent, your father, mother, your grandparent, a child, a grandchild, your or your spouse's sibling, that is child of your or your spouse's parent. Okay, child of you and your spouse's parent. Okay, and your or your spouse's aunt or uncle by blood or marriage. So your aunt or your uncle, your niece or your nephew, that is grandchild of your or your spouse's parents. So these are the points. If you have a relative, relative, then you will have these points. It's the relative point. So probably in the CRS score calculation, adaptability, you get maximum 10 points. So if you have a relative, you have 5 points added in the express entry system. Okay. So these are the relative points. So you want to know, so if you have any of these relatives, you get 5 points in express entry. Okay. Any of the relatives in Canada. Now, say you are searching for Saskatchewan province. So now why I'm showing this to you, because say you have a relative in Calgary. Now you want to know, now you are not getting sufficient CRSS score. Now you are thinking, which province should you select? So the first answer will be the province in which you have a relative. So let's say you have a relative in Saskatchewan. So relative point, relative additional points in Saskatchewan. Okay, just search like this for all these provinces. I mean, which province? Say you have somebody in British Columbia. Okay, so SSC eligibility, SINP program, assess your eligibility, work experience, language ability. I'm going to show you work experience. Yeah, connection to Saskatchewan labor market and adaptability. Adaptability is the points are given on the connection. Okay, the following points: high skill employment from Saskatchewan employment. If you have employment offer, then you get 30 points and easily you'll be nominated. Close. See, in Saskatchewan, close family relative in Saskatchewan. The applicant, read carefully. The applicant or accompanying spouse has a family relative that is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident living in Saskatchewan. This includes a parent, a sibling, that is brother or sister, grandparent, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, first cousin, and step family members or in-laws of the same relationship. The family members in Saskatchewan must meet the requirement as listed under required documents. So you say he is your first cousin, you have to show your documentations. Do not show any fraudulent documents. People will sometimes say, you can show this, you can show that, but no, do not show any fraudulent documents, because once any fraud work is identified, your profile will be rejected for 5 years. So you will never get it. Probably you will never get an opportunity to apply to Canada. So these are the points for Saskatchewan. Just do the same thing for any other province. Say you have a relative in Manitoba. So relative additional points in Manitoba. Candidates were successfully nominated through Manitoba Express Entry pathway will be inherited to. So, okay, factor 5 connection. See, friend or distance relative, ranking point is 10. Okay. Okay. Connection to province. Adaptability, 25 points. So let's go to connection. Okay. Connection to Manitoba. See, close relative in Manitoba, 20 points. Okay, friend or distant relative living in Manitoba. Oh, that's a very good thing. If you have a friend or distant relative living in Manitoba, you get 10 points. Okay. You have a close relative in Manitoba, then you have 20 points. Okay, let's see. Close relative points in Manitoba. What is considered a close relative must be a Canadian citizen or permanent resident residing in Manitoba for more than 1 year, sister or brother, aunt or uncle, niece or nephew, grandparent, and first cousin. So what you have to do, I have cleared it. I'll share this link. You go to this place, say you do not have enough point in express entry, so you are now going to select the province or territory. If you have no one in Canada, then just directly apply to Saskatchewan, because this province has a lower cutoff score and you get easy opportunity and you will get more and more kind of people from Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, and our subcontinent people. However, if you have relative in any of these provinces, just go to there, read thoroughly, and identify how much point will be added. Next, what you will do, I will show you again. Say you want to apply in Manitoba. So you have a close relative, 20 points will be added. So you calculate the total points. So next, what you will do, latest Manitoba PNP draw. Latest Manitoba draw held on 2nd June 2022. See, minimum score requirement was 714. Okay, 714 was the minimum score. Okay, so you do all the calculations by reading that document. Yeah, 714 point was the latest cutoff score. So you go through all the documents. Say you go to this page in Manitoba, you read all the process, how to apply. Oh, this page is doing some problem. So you read all the information. I mean, search on Manitoba Express, Manitoba PNP process. You read everything, how to apply. Then you identify your score. You identify your total score, like we did in the CRS score calculation. Let's say you have a relative in British Columbia, or okay, apply at Manitoba PNP. Okay, so you want to apply in Manitoba. So you have a relative in Manitoba. Now submit an expression of interest. Then read everything one by one, how the pool works, understanding, read everything. Okay. Then the ranking system to create an expression of interest. So you have to create an account, sign in your identity, all the information, apply now, go to the step by step, and then you will see the one by one input information like we did in the CRS score calculator. And finally, you get a score. Say now you have got with your relative points, you got 20 points in your close relative, and finally you get 720 points or more than 714, even 714 points you have got. Then you are good to go to apply to Manitoba. So immediately apply in Manitoba, you do not need to pay anything, just apply there and wait for the next draw. Hopefully in the next draw, since the cutoff score was 714 points, so the next draw, you will get an invitation. So once you get an invitation, then 600 points will add up. So this is the most basic process. You have calculated your CRS score from my previous video. And now you have seen your CRS score is lower than the cutoff score. Now you have chosen the province. I have shown to you how to identify the province and how to apply. So it is not possible for me to go to individual streams, but I have shown to you how you can apply in individual provinces. So hopefully through this, you now know how to apply in individual provinces, even though you do not have cutoff scores in Express Entry. And you now know how the relative point works. So thank you so much. Hopefully, although a little scattered, but hopefully this video has provided you quite important information. So thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Bye-bye.